Hello and welcome to Extra Magic with Jonas and Marv. I'm Jonas. He's Marv. This is M-Jam. We've got breaking news, so we just got to get right into it. They are taking away the Burger King Burger Bar at City Walk. This is completely unacceptable.
I was just there. This is a travesty. When we all went to see Mario, that's where we met up at the Burger King. It was the Whopper Bar, the only Whopper Bar, that we have in the world. And they're replacing it for, as you put it in private, Jonas, a company that already charges theme park prices.
I mean, seriously, if you go into a Five Guys, you think you must be in Disney Springs with the prices that they charge at Five Guys.
You know what's crazy? Like, that news dropped right after I had ordered from Five Guys for the first time in like a year.
Yeah.
Like, I ordered lunch from Five Guys today, and then like this broke. Like, and then like I looked at my phone and I saw you guys were all like talking about Five Guys. I'm just like, are they watching me? Like,
only a little bit. Yeah, a Five Guys going up there. There's two things. First of all, the price is going to be ridiculous, and second, I wonder if City Walk is saying this peanuts bit where you have peanuts all over the place. That's got to go.
Oh, yeah, I would think so. I can't bring my wife into a Five Guys.
Right. And I have relatives who are allergic to peanuts, and they can never have Five Guys because Five Guys has a policy of we just have peanuts. Usually there's nobody eating the peanuts when I go in there.
Oil. Yeah, they cook everything in peanut oil.
Do they?
That's how I understood it.
Well, there you go. So on top of this, I guess we could also talk about the fact that they are closing the Epic Universe Preview Center. Does this mean they're getting rid of that giant diorama model of Epic Universe that's in the middle of the store?
I love that giant diorama model of Epic Universe.
I almost want to ask them, like, what are you guys going to do with it after? Can I have Super Nintendo World?
So they are apparently, right, this is going to become the Universal Legacy Store or something like that.
Okay. That makes sense.
That's what I'm hearing. I'm thinking it's going to become like basically like, here's all our Back to the Future and Jaws and all this like older like retro merchandise. I think that's what I
okay with that. I love that stuff.
Too. What's funny is like they've got such a like focus right now merchandise wise on retro universe, like 90s stuff, and I'm like, guys, you've eliminated all of this stuff.
Yeah,
that would be like if Disney right now had the gumption to create Muppet Vision 3D merchandise line right now.
Right, Muppet Vision, Splash Mountain.
Yeah, here's Splash Mountain, Muppet Vision, and Tom Sawyer Island merchandise for you all. Like, no, you got rid of this. Like,
that'd be perfect right now. But here's the thing: they create nostalgia for what they once had on the idea that maybe they can bring it back. If we do ever make that pilgrimage out to Japan, what's funny is I am interested in going to Tokyo Disneyland, to Disney Sea, and potentially Disney Sky, which, kudos to them for actually having a consistent naming principle out there. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. But Universal Studios Japan is so high on my list at this point. They have a working Jaws attraction.
Yes.
And that's something that Universal Studios Florida never even had. They had a Jaws attraction, but they didn't have a working one. Oh, I kid. But want to say thank you to everybody for being here. We obviously have a very big topic to cover. We are derailing our intended stream just a little bit because some big news hit. Before we get there, though, I want to say thank you very much to Juliet for being here and gifting a
thank you, Juliet.
£5 donation. That's a baby boy right there. Evening that Park Place.
Baby boy, another warrior in the fight against communism.
That's a great line. What is that from?
I don't remember. I'm trying to remember what it was. I've been trying to remember for weeks what that line is from.
Yeah.
And I know it's in a movie, and it's like the baby is born, and that's what the doctor says.
Evening that Park Place and chat. So everybody else wish Juliet a good evening as well. And I mean Juliet with the train of how do you do's and hellos there.
She is always the most greetful mod, if that is a word.
Salutationary, yeah. Yes. Packing protons for $5. Iger should be in jail if the Billy Bush statement about a team of people to destroy Trump is true.
Seen this Billy Bush statement. I haven't seen Billy Bush say anything since he had an ill-fated conversation with Trump in a trailer.
Right. Oof. I don't know, but we are going to be talking about Trump and Bob Iger and the unusual mutual connection they have right now. Nathan, good to see you. Highland Haggis trainers out there. Snazzy Cat, good to see you. Casey Fry. Casey. See, now we have to say it this way. Thank you. Matt B's here. Kit Kat.
You're right, dear Casey.
Scooters Pops. So is it the Pops? Jack Delaney, Ken Reihard out there. I guess Bob will just have to comfort himself with his millions, but he's not interested in the millions, Ken. He's interested in one thing. That's legacy. Archer Merchant for 5, a.k.a. Iger doesn't want truthful representation about the state of the company, Chapek, DEI failures, Hollywood failures, 2 showers, Florida, child content, etc. Yeah, we're about to get into it. Magically MJ, good to see you, MJ. Troy Gustafson, hey, yes, I have returned. I am back. As
he is back. I think that is the phrase.
Yep. Brian Parker, is it that I'm back? I keep hearing it a little different than that. I will go in 2027 when Tokyo Disney finishes its brand new Space Mountain update. Looks awesome. I'm sure it is going to be. And look at that. Highland and Haggis Trainer gifts 5. That Park Place memberships. Thank you so much for helping us to celebrate a channel that really is focused on one thing, and that is telling the truth about Disney when no one else is really that interested in it, or at least not as a singular issue.
That's right.
You know, a little sprinkling of Tinkerbell's fairy dust can make you fly. Get that stuff off of me.
It's a super spring.
I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say we don't play that clip on this channel.
I saw it in the back, and I was just like, "That'd be really funny."
Let's see here.
The song, I was looking for the Jonas's Back song. It's not back there, but the song about me is back there, and I just kind of quietly deleted it.
Oh, there you go. I've done that every now and then. There's something out there that I'm like, oh, I don't want that on the channel. Boop. In the words of Strong Bad, deleted. Stop supporting Wizard. He is anti-Crimson Desert. Also, well, yes.
Don't ask me my opinion on Crimson Desert then if you don't like that.
Yeah. Japanese parks are amazing, both with Uni and Disney. The customer service is amazing, especially at the $2K a night rooms at sea.
Oh my gosh, are they really?
Yikes, that's expensive.
We
do have those over here.
Well, that's even more than Helios.
Mm-hmm. Reminds me, I gotta pay for my rooms for my next vacation. The Mum for $2. Good afternoon, panel and chat.
Good afternoon, Mum.
Good to see you, Mum. Sherilyn. Hey, Sherilyn. Not sure which Sherilyn in the world you are. Oh, wait. I see now. It's Sherilyn68. Good to see you.
Are there multiple Sherilyns?
Well, her name is Sherilyn68, so I'm assuming there must be, at minimum,
67
other ones. Yeah.
This
67. I've said 67, sir. So, we stopped everything for this article this morning. I was actually surprised. I was not expecting big, juicy Disney news this morning, and of all sources from Puck. But here we are from That Park Place. Disney using Trump lawyer to protect thin-skinned Bob Iger from media exposure.
That's not me calling him thin-skinned. That's the source article from Puck.
That's right. That's what quotation marks mean.
Yeah.
This means you either mean it ironically or you're quoting from another source. And look at him right there. Looks like he sat on something. Bob Iger isn't waiting around to see how his.
I love that picture of him. I use it every chance I get. I'm just, like it looks like he just sat on a very sensitive part of himself.
Oop.
And he's just realized, oh.
Bob Iger isn't waiting around to see how his story gets told with an unauthorized book about the Bob Iger era of the Walt Disney Company on the way. The company has reportedly brought in one of the most aggressive defamation lawyers in the country, raising immediate questions about what exactly they're trying to get in front of before it hits shelves. According to Matt Bellany of Puck, Disney has hired high-profile attorney Charles Harder to intervene ahead of the release of a new book by Robbie Whelan. Robbie Whelan is from the Wall Street Journal. Currently, he's on the NVIDIA beat, and I think Ben Fritz has taken over on the Disney beat there, which is funny because I think there is a YouTube series called Disney Beat. But this is probably between this and Alex Sherman from CNBC. Robbie Whelan and Alex Sherman are easily the most important reporters in this space on Disney from the legit outlets. Now you have folks that are hyper focused like us here at that Park Place. We're able to get in. I don't want to say we're getting into the mud, but we're able to do analysis in a different way. We have a different philosophy here at that Park Place. You know, everybody has their biases, but mostly what we're trying to do is reframe generalized media narratives. That being said, the CNBC stuff and the Wall Street Journal stuff seems to cut through and is able to get through that shield that Bob Iger is able to put over everyone else's eyes. And I think that's the problem here, because Robbie Whelan from the Wall Street Journal has a long expose on the situation between Bob Chapek and Bob Iger. You could say the back and forth, and by the back and forth, I mean one guy choosing the other to take his place, and then the alleged, I should say, campaign to get Bob Chapek fired, possibly done by Bob Iger himself. And Alex Sherman over there from CNBC has similar accounts.
Well, and there are rumors that in this book, one of the sources that Whalen may apparently have is Bob Chapek.
Which he's been awful quiet for a while.
He really I mean, I'm sure he's got an ironclad NDA, right? Like,
oh yeah.
They probably offered him more severance to sign an NDA.
Well, I mean, year for year, I think there were some years that Bob Chapek made more than Bob Iger. Just that he had to get fired in order to make that much money.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some kind of NDAs in place, and Bob Chapek has been a part of, say, the conversations around ESPN, and what the philosophy there is. So he has kind of spoken on behalf of the company, or strongly in a way that was very much about their business strategy after leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to also say there are other people who might be cited in this book. I know, for instance, that the Wall Street Journal has reported on quotes that only could have come from someone very close to Ike Perlmutter. So, you know, Chapek, Perlmutter. I wouldn't be surprised if Nelson Peltz has been thoroughly interviewed, and not just for some kind of bizarre hit piece like some of the other outlets would have done. Peltz is, I don't want to say he's media averse, but he's not on the usual beat for these people to go after for sound bites. Also, I don't know if Hugh Johnston is fully in the tank here for writing a book that might reflect poorly on Bob Iger.
I would imagine that nobody currently working for the company has sounded off for this book if they're suing for it.
Yeah. You got guys like James Gorman, who's currently executive chairman of the company, is probably the reason Iger didn't have as much influence over the next CEO choosing. That's a debatable thing here. I think there are some moments over the last 5 to 6 years that we'll finally have it spelled out publicly what happened there. Like when Jeff Morrell left the company, originally we thought Jeff Morrell quit in the middle of the Bob Chapek scandal. No, looks like he was probably, and I'm putting a big probably on this, was probably fired. Questions about who in the world Bob Iger has been walking with in Brentwood while CEO, while not CEO of the company. So here's what's going on very specifically in this matter. Actually, Marvin, I'm going to ask you, who is Charles Harder and why is he important to this case?
Well, so he's basically a legal pit bull. I mean, this is the guy that you call in these when you go after a media organization. Trump has enlisted him multiple times for disputes that involved, Miss Daniels, and even cases that involved Melania against the Daily Mail. He also was a lawyer for Harvey Weinstein when all of that stuff was going down, and then actually sued Weinstein for unpaid legal bills. And he was also, I think, probably most famously, the lawyer for Hulk Hogan when they went after Gawker and took Gawker down. I mean, that's one of the most high profile media lawsuits of all time, because like not only did they win, they destroyed Gawker.
Right, and not destroyed in the YouTube headline sense of the word, like those old clips of Ben Shapiro destroying college students. Gawker
Right.
was no more essentially after that lawsuit. That was one that Peter Thiel got outed in Gawker, and so he funded Hulk Hogan's lawsuit against Gawker, and that was an instance of making the wrong enemy and then having an enemy with humongous pocketbook. And you know, I don't know what would happen if Hogan did it on his own, but man, this is a big time lawyer here.
The Hulkster, you know, he's always been a wealthy man, but I don't think his coffers were as full at the time, especially because he had just gone through a very messy divorce. But he, I mean, this certainly refilled the Hulkamania money bin.
Did he pay for that beer brand, or did that beer brand pay him? That's
I don't know. Well, it still exists, so I would assume that you know it paid him.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been trying to find Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer like everywhere. They just don't have it in this area. I've been trying to find it since he was alive.
You would figure that of all the places that would have Hulk Hogan beer,
Florida would be one of them, right? It's his
Yeah.
home state.
Yeah.
I gotta get over to
can't
his store again. I haven't been to the store since he passed.
Yeah. So this is something, obviously, famously, the Bob Iger company, or sorry, that's my derisive way of saying the Disney company under Bob Iger has been famous for, oh, we're free speech, free speech, free speech.
Mhm.
But this is essentially a free speech issue at this point. I don't think that Robbie Whalen from the Wall Street Journal is going to say anything that is not legally protected. I think you could probably expect pre-orders for this book within the next 2 or 3 months. This is not going to delay the release of this book. I think it's kind of hilarious that Matt Bellany, who I would have assumed was actually a mouthpiece for Iger on some issues, is calling Iger notoriously thin-skinned in his coverage at Puck.
Well, I mean, you can't look at Disney the way Disney has been in the past when it comes to things from what do you call it? Media outlets that have crossed them and how aggressive they've been. We remember when they famously kicked the Los Angeles Times out of all advanced screenings.
Right, which is ridiculous, to take the paper of record for the LA area and say, you are not allowed to come to our movie. You don't get to see The Last Jedi before anyone else.
Mm-hmm. Mean to us.
Yeah. So Disney, famously petty company here, and Bob Iger has only favored that view. This is why it you know, for a point of professional order here, people don't like it when you don't speak well of the Disney company in any way. And I think with social media, that's been very difficult for them to get past that, because you have social media influencers who, some of them are more unprofessional, some of them don't understand how much access they're getting because they just gobble up whatever Disney throws down. You can put up something about the Disney stock price or about a movie flopping, and people will go after you as if you've insulted their religion. Right. So Bob Iger, the exiting pope of the Walt Disney Company, I think he's not the one that is funding this lawsuit, but it started under Disney, under Bob Iger, and now Josh D'Amaro gets to be the one who decides whether or not it goes away, whether or not it settles. So one more note in here. Eisner was not a fan of a similar book by James, I want to say B. Stewart, called Disney War, that covered Eisner's reign at the company. And I think that has clouded a lot of people's view of Eisner. So maybe Iger's trying to get out in front of something like that. But unfortunately, in the social media age, with a guy like Bob Iger, when he left in, what was it, should have left in 2020. He could have left and had his legacy intact. His return has been so epically bad for the thing that is the most important to him that this, I think, is the only move he has left to protect his legacy, and then he can go ask his wife's permission to go run a female soccer league in his retirement years.
Right.
So, all right.
I mean, I believe 100% that they're trying to silence whatever this book is going to say, especially if they talk to Bob Chapek. If it is something that paints Bob Iger even slightly negatively, he will hit the roof.
He really does not handle this stuff well. He's unflappable in interviews. They usually do softball for
a
him.
guy that's worked in the media for as long as he's worked in the media, like run media companies. I don't understand how he's so thin-skinned about the media.
Yeah. I'll throw one more in here. They did confirm that Bob Iger is working on another book, and that it's being written by a former Hillary Clinton communications person. It's actually being written by the Hillary Clinton communications person, and Bob Iger's name is going to be on it. But you'll have a follow-up to The Ride of a Lifetime. I don't know what you're going to call it.
The lightning lane of a lifetime.
The in-show exit.
the paid line skip.
Yep. Let's see. Great
This
intro.
is the thing. So like I've been getting. So I made a weird like impulse buy the other day. I bought the it's not Masterclass, but it's like it's the BBC version of Masterclass, and it's Alan Moore about creative writing, and I'm like, I want to see what he has to say. So I bought the course, and I'm gonna do it. I haven't done it yet, but I've been getting all these ads now for Masterclass, and one of them was Bob Iger, the Bob Iger Masterclass on like building and sustaining a brand. I said, oh yeah, I shared it on X, and I said I'm gonna read this right after I do the one about how to win world wars by Germany.
Oh, that's good. There was a time when I would have eaten up that content. I was around 2019, 2020 that I was deep in the tank for Disney. I thought Bob Iger could have run for president as a Democrat, and I might have been tempted to vote for him. That's how much I thought, wow, this guy's great. And
everyone thought he was, and I was one of those people that thought Chapek was the devil. Like, I thought that Chapek was doing everything, like Chapek was the one turning it into a soulless corporate entity. And, I was 100% on board with that. When Iger came back, I celebrated it. And then, you start looking at things more critically, and you realize, oh, wait a minute. Like, that's not the actual story.
Yeah. I got another one here. It's another one from you, actually. This one from a completely different website. geeksandgamers.com, which y'all need to be checking every single day. There's more of a bifurcation here of what goes on that Park Place and what goes on Geeks and Gamers as we're starting to flesh out this relationship. I think we're really going places on all of this. Not to toot our own horn here, but here we go.
It's an exciting time to be a part of this this crew that we've assembled.
Oh man, there's a couple of big announcements that. One that'll be coming in the next few months that is big for that Park Place specifically. There's some stuff for Geeks and Gamers coming up, and then there's a bigger one. Man, I'm really looking forward to telling everybody about some awesome news I heard, and I have to be vague right now, but it's going to be y'all are going to love it. But in the meantime, let's talk about somebody who's not doing so hot. The Harry Potter trailer has been ratioed. HBO
into
series
Oblivion too. Like, like it was like slow moving, like to get up to the ratio, and then once it got to the ratio, pow! It took off like a shot.
Yeah, I was actually curious if the Harry Potter trailer was going to have more dislikes than likes. When usually it's right out of the gate. Usually the dislikes start first, but I think there was somehow not as many people aware of this trailer.
Yeah.
When it first dropped. This by Marvin Montanaro. Look at that right there. 281,000 down votes versus 268,000 up votes. The Harry Potter trailer has been ratioed after 2 weeks of online backlash from both sides of the culture war. That's the part that's interesting to me.
My big point about this show is always, this is a show for no one. This show has been made with no audience. because they were so obsessed with the audience they didn't have, which were the crazy activists who hate J.K. Rowling. And we proved that with Hogwarts Legacy they don't actually affect the bottom line, but they chased them so hard that they chased off everybody they did have.
Yeah, well, first of all, they said that they were going to be accurate to the books, more accurate to the books, which, okay. The
Faithful
series
adaptation, that was the phrase.
Right, which I don't think you can get more faithful of an adaptation than just listening to the audiobooks, which I've now bought 3 different versions of the audiobooks, or whenever they finish this 3rd version of the audiobooks with the audio dramas, whenever Deathly Hallows comes out on Audible. So I also end up watching at least one Harry Potter film every 3 months or so on average, if not more often than that. So these are fresh in everyone's mind. I suppose it is 20 years from the release of the first one, but we're more like 10 years from the release of Deathly Hallows. And then with the advent of streaming, and there have been re-releases in magical movie mode off of Philosopher's Stone, this is something that is continually refreshed. The idea of nostalgia for this series, oh, they're bringing it back. We're going to see a modernized take. The previous take was pretty modern, I got to say. So now, if you bring it back, you either are going to go super faithful or you have to change it. And it seems like they've chosen the latter with a couple of things. And, well, the most prominent being the conversation piece in the center of the entire moment here is Black Snape. Of course. You take he's not the perspective character, but he's about as close to a main character in Harry Potter as you can get without having a main character. The entire inciting plot of the film centers around Severus Snape. He's the one who betrays Voldemort in order to save the Potters. Doesn't quite work. He's the one who's, forgive me if I'm spoiling Harry Potter for anyone who hasn't read it at this point.
Like 20 years. So.
Right. He's the one who works with Dumbledore and then acts as a spy for Voldemort in order to finally kill Voldemort. He's also the great tragic figure in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And
in the books, I mean, I will say in the books.
Sorry, I should have said in the movies. In the books, he's just kind of, oh, he's there. He's there to let the teen stuff happen.
He's such a bigger jerk in the books.
Yes.
Like such a bigger jerk. Like I'm going through the audio, the full cast audio dramas, and they're so good. But I'm on book 4, and I'm like right at the end of book 4. And I'm just like, man, he is like you never hated Alan Rickman in the movies. Like you hate Snape in the books.
I'm such a dork that I said spoiler alert for Harry Potter. I'm sorry. Jonas, how dare you spoil it? I was going to watch it tonight. Plans ruined. Saying it at this point is like saying Darth Vader is Luke's father. What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. This entire even Saturday Night Live, famously okay with this kind of stuff, is making fun of Black Snape. I'm not saying they're stealing my material. I'm not the first one to say, why is it that Harry Potter keeps looking at the black guy and saying that whatever's stolen, you better go check his locker. I don't know, like you said, why it is that they have decided to make this the hill to die on. They didn't turn one of the 3 kids black. They didn't make Harry Potter black. They didn't make Ron black. And you look at Arabella Staunton. I think that's the name of the girl. It's not apparent that she's mixed race, and I don't care that she's mixed race. She's adorable, and she looks like she's going to play the part well. So, looking at this, though, 281,000 dislikes. You don't get there without everybody having a problem with this.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, that is so what you've got is you've got like the normal fans of the series who wanted a faithful adaptation, understanding why this change was made, first of all, because that's the thing about race swaps that always, I think, irritate people, is because they understand why it's happening. They understand that it's a virtue signal, that it's got all of the it's got all the authenticity of a get well card from the Undertaker. Like nobody actually
line.
cares about doing this. It's not being done for a story reason. It's being done for virtue signaling.
Right.
And so they're doing it to try to win back people who are never coming back to this franchise. I just had an entire video about this the other day on the M4 Empire, where I just kind of break down how they sacrificed the audience they had for an audience they were never going to get.
Yeah. As far as this is concerned, Harry Potter is a show that literally everyone watches. There was a supposed boycott, and that boycott came from I don't really see where they thought that the boycott gained any traction whatsoever.
They thought it when Fantastic Beasts 3 bombed. They were like, "That's the boycott working." I said, "No, these are just bad movies."
No, that's just I went back and I watched Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which I wish they would have kept a more I wish that they would have kept a consistent naming for those movies. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Fantastic Beasts and How to Train Them. I don't know. Fantastic Beasts and How to Free Them. I don't know. I like Now You See Me, and then Now You See Me Too, and then Now You See Me, Now You Don't being the third movie bugs me. Like no, the third movie.
What was it? It was Fantastic Beasts, Crimes of Grindelwald, and Fantastic Beasts,
Secrets of Dumbledore. Yes.
Yeah.
Which in that one they had to make sure. That's the other thing, is they're going to make sure everybody knows that Dumbledore is gay in this one, because that's an issue.
They already did.
Yeah.
Well, Secrets of Dumbledore, he says to him point blank, "I was in love with you."
Right. Yeah, they had the 12 seconds that didn't make it, or I don't know if the subtitles didn't make it into the China release.
It's easily cut for the Saudi Arabia China release.
Exactly. It's the same thing with the lesbian kiss at the end of Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. It's in the background, and
it was so important to get that in there.
Exactly. Or the directors of Endgame, one of the directors of Endgame talking about his gay blind date in the opening scenes of an Avengers movie. Got to get that in there. Got to make sure everybody knows. Yeah. So with this one, they're definitely going to do something to prove very early on that Dumbledore is gay, because that's what we need to see. An octogenarian or older person talking about their love life, even though that is completely irrelevant to the plot of these books. Like the centaur that had a girlfriend in Onward. Like, okay, thank you very much. So that seems to be what they're going to be doing here, filling in the gaps, going into, what is the origin of not just Harry Potter's scar, but also Harry Potter's red sweater that he wore in scene 12 of the third.
And they're like, we're gonna have like so there's those scenes of Dumbledore like on a beach that were leaked, and I'm pretty sure I know what it is now, because it showed it with like an older couple. I'm like, oh, they're gonna show us Nicholas Flamel.
Yeah, and that's very lightly referenced in the book.
They're gonna 100% show him going to the Flamels.
Yeah. In the book, it says that he's got enough to get his affairs in order. I've talked to him, and now that's going to turn into, we now have a scene with this person. So
we never needed to meet Nicholas Flamel. That was
he's not important to the.
They've got Draco, like a thing about Draco Malfoy's home life. I'm like, who asked for that? Like all anyone asked for were the things that were on the page.
Right. The cinema of the mind, right? That's what subtext is, right? Paul Chatto said it best, okay, you've got a scene of a guy walking up to a house. He's done something he shouldn't that offends her. Her heart is broken, it's this and that. You walk up and he says, "Hi," and she says, "Hi." But the subtext is what informs that scene and makes it more, because you look at it and you see something more than what's there. We don't need what was Greedo like on Tatooine while Anakin Skywalker was being raised as a Boba Fett starship.
He was totally wizard, and he danced like this.
Right. That doesn't make the story better to fill in all the possible details on the map. It actually, everyone's imagination about the story is what makes it better. Archer Merchant for 10. If anyone wants some direct quotes about the parks as far as observations/situations I dealt with, union, DEI, etc., let me know. You might be surprised. The book censoring attempt bothers me also. Archer Merchant, are you on X? Let me know. I'll follow you. We'll DM about some stuff. I would appreciate that. And thank you very much for the $10. Hey, look at that. Andy Masterson.
Hey, Andy.
Break from his fitness journey. He's not on a fitness journey. He is the fitness journey.
Yeah, seriously.
Afternoon, gentlemen. Afternoon to you, sir.
Hey, you know what I found? So, my birthday is Tuesday.
That's right.
I did not find that out last night. I found out, but you know who else's birthday is Tuesday?
Who's that?
Chuck Dixon.
You're kidding me.
Yep. I said it on the show last night.
That's
We had
Frank
Chuck Dixon on last night. And I was like, oh yeah, my birthday's Tuesday. And he was like, wait, is it? Like, he's like, my birthday's Tuesday. And we found out we got the same birthday.
That's amazing.
Me and Chuck Dixon. So, you know, and
Yeah.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Well, just that there's your power trio right there.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. In this, is he super ego or is he ego? Because I think you're id.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't thought that far in advance.
So
Great guys. If you go catch the replay of our interview with Chuck Dixon last night on the M4 Empire, we had Kevin Apollo, Lorne, Martin Stone, and Caro and I interviewing Chuck Dixon was a tremendous conversation.
Ken Reihart, have a great birthday today, Marvin.
All the like, you know, Wilton's jokes are like, it's like just like that one little annoying thing that just kind of makes you go, ugh. And then like, you know, but like not enough to like really bother you, but enough to just be slightly annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I think
and definitely not enough to make you laugh.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely not.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's you know, had a great time last night. So I hope everybody will go check out that interview. I mean, we interviewed Chuck for the full 2 hours. So, you know, it's a lot of, we go in depth on a lot of Batman stuff, a lot of Punisher stuff. We watched the Punisher trailer with him.
Oh, is that out?
Yeah, it came out yesterday. And so we watched the Punisher trailer with the probably the most prolific Punisher writer of all time.
Unbelievable. I mean, I got to watch in the audience for a little while, and I loved what I got to see. I got to ask some questions. I did get confirmation he has not read one of my favorite books, which is The War of Art. But man, that's so cool. We got to talk to him on the pro show. It's not the same as what you got to do where it was super just focused on let's ask Chuck Dixon questions and let him.
Yeah, we wanted to talk like at length about like the psychology behind these characters, like the psychology of Batman, the psychology of the Punisher. We talked a lot about his Rippaverse stuff because I've been reading all of that lately and it's so good. Like, yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. I mean, he's one of my idols and he's one of Kevin's idols. Like Kevin Apollo was like beside himself last night. He was so excited.
That's if he was beside himself, that's two very large African-American gentlemen.
Well, before we started, I said to Chuck, I'm like, yeah, well, you're gonna meet my buddy Kev. You know, he's one of your biggest fans, both literally and figuratively.
By the way, I need to point this out. You mentioned that omnibus. They actually did re-release the omnibus. This is
back.
So this is one where they don't usually do actual fan funding on Rippaverse, but in this case, this is actual fan funding because they're asking people if they actually are wanting to do this to go ahead and pledge the funds to do it. So this is a second printing or its second chance is the phrase they use. If they sell 100 books or they raise $20,000, they will go ahead and do it, which I really hope they do because I want one.
It's tremendous. Like, so, I mean, the thing is, you're gonna get a good workout lifting it, but you know, it's Carol Brown calls it trebuchet ammo.
Let's see here, because you can get it for $175 or you can get it signed for $200, which
I think it's also like a special cover, isn't it?
Is it? Let's
the
go look.
$200 one, I think.
Looks to be the same cover to me.
Oh, but it's signed. Okay.
With a certificate.
In the original version, there was like a specialty like hologram cover, and I guess that. So this one is just signed. Okay.
Yeah. I plan on
signed actually when I was at MegaCon.
Yeah, that's what I would plan to do. Get if I get one, I'm getting Eric, Caro, Chuck, and Mike.
And probably Andrew too.
Yeah, I don't think does this include the Ripazines?
It does.
It does.
Yeah.
Ooh, because I know Dirty Deeds is in there as well.
Dirty
so.
Deeds is in there. Dirty Deeds is also right here. I was reading it the other day. Really, really good. Really
Wait,
good.
let me see. Can I put you in the solo layout there? StreamYard. No, they don't. What do I have to do? There we go. Nope. That put the whole I'm boomering here.
I did
That's
it.
what I'm doing.
Don't worry. Yeah, that's.
Has she signed the wait, did she sign the plastic or did she sign the
No, she signed the actual book.
Yeah, there you go. Cool. All right. Well,
all right, we've fanboyed enough.
yes, we have.
What made me tick when I was a kid and I walked through the woods without a hat on.
That gave you ticks.
I got a tick from that.
Yeah.
I had Bell's palsy as a kid from a tick bite.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't know that was something that you could only have for a little while.
No, I guess I was young enough where I bounced back from it, but
I'll go back.
I didn't get it wasn't a really bad case of it. It was just like, it was a very mild case of it. Like you couldn't like like my face didn't droop, but like I could feel numbness in the side of my face. And if I tried to drink out of a straw, it would like come out the side of my mouth.
That does sound like being a kid.
Yeah, it was weird.
So
got a gym class for the whole year.
Really?
Yeah, it was
if
great.
I had known that. Big Thunder Mountain is coming back a little earlier than we thought they would. They are adding rainbow caverns to it in a way that we're not trying to chuckle too much at.
Right. I don't think the rainbow caverns are what people are making it out to be.
Right.
I think it's an homage to a Disneyland ride that was the Rainbow Cavern, train.
Yes. I'm just chuckling a little bit at the
I mean,
idea
Disney doing anything
Cavern.
with rainbows right now is gonna, hit that chord.
Right. They're paying homage to the sign of the covenant that God said they wouldn't destroy the earth again using water. And that's obviously what they're referencing when they use rainbows in the parks. There was, however, a video of ride testing that went out and
apparently not anymore.
Has now been deleted. So I'm real interested in what exactly happened here. What happened to Darth Vader 92's video of the new Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, where everyone was saying, hey, what's the deal here? Why is Big Thunder Mountain so slow? A couple of things have happened here that are causing rampant speculation. I'm going to see if I can find the video in the background here. We'll go to Drew Disney Dude's video to show this off. We'll maximize it. It'll have music for a second.
I think there are definitely some, like, I don't think the ride is going to be this slow.
I don't think so either. But there are a lot of people speculating on, okay, they just lowered the height requirement for this ride. They've been doing a lot of envelope testing for this. And they envelope testing, meaning how far you can put your arms out on the ride. I don't think they really changed it much. I wonder if there's something to do with the refurbishment, if they changed where the track hits or what. But it's basically they have a bunch of arms going out from as if it's where people's fingers would touch. And I think they failed the first test on that one. And so they went back and did some stuff. So they lower the height requirement. And now this question about, did they slow down the ride? What would be the reason for them wanting to slow down this ride, Marvin? I don't know.
I mean, maybe to lower the height requirement. I don't know. Like
this to me, the context for me on this one is this was the first roller coaster that I went on that I realized that roller coasters just don't kill the guests. Like, yes, that this is, these are fun.
But it is still fast. Like it is a fast roller. Like, it's fairly fast. At least.
It is the wildest ride in the wilderness, and it is a lot of fun, and it's something that I try to do every single time I go to the park. I will say I would be disappointed if they slowed it down.
If it was like this, like what we're seeing right here, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a jaunt. That's not a wild ride in any way.
I'm pretty sure the Walt Disney World Railroad goes faster than that. Like, they do one of my favorite little factoids is when you're on the parking tram, sometimes the person will say, this is the fastest ride you'll be on all day today.
That's a
because
funny one.
yeah, because it goes.
Uh,
I think that goes around 26 miles an hour, and Space Mountain goes around 24, 25.
right, but you're in the dark and you don't know what's coming at you,
Mhm.
and the only one that I think that defies that a little is Test Track, which goes 60 miles an
Yes,
hour in a car.
yes, and
Which
Rock and Roller Coaster went to 60 also, but
mm,
they were talking about in the Magic Kingdom
yeah,
specifically.
yeah, I think that is this is this the only roller coaster in the Magic Kingdom? I think other than Space Mountain.
No, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is
Oh
technically a
yeah,
roller
that's
coaster.
right, Seven Dwarfs, which is
And now you've got Tron. So no, Magic Kingdom's got a couple of roller coasters now.
see, they've solved all those problems that Eisner threw at them back in the late 80s or early 90s. I don't know. I don't think that this is what the speed is going to be. This is vehicle testing at this point. Now, when Tiana's Bayou Adventure was doing testing, and we saw some of the things that were going on there, yes, those persisted, but that was a kind of a travesty of a launch. I think with this one, I can't imagine. It can't be this slow when it finally opens back up in May 3rd, which is, I guess I use the word finally in the wrong way because it was supposed to be, they extended out the permitting on that one.
Mm.
So let's see. They are altering the deal. Pray they don't alter it further.
Very good.
Yeah. Arms and flags. Arms and flabs? Did I say that?
I don't know.
Keep your arms and flabs inside the coaster. Yes, please do keep your flab
Well,
inside.
so one of the way they could be raising the height requirement is or lowering the height requirement is new ride vehicles, which is a thing that I heard that they were doing. So maybe if you had like instead of one communal lap bar, which like I always feel bad for my poor wife who is as thin as a rail, when we have to share a lap bar because I'm like, oh, you're in danger. Like when Jay and I are in the same vehicle, like with somebody else, we're always just like, sorry, like
Yeah.
you're done.
When us big fellows get in there and someone else has to share the lap bar, it reminds me of my wife went on Velocicoaster. I got stuck with the child who did not want to go on Velocicoaster, and it's just a lap bar. So there's no shoulder restraint. So my wife is doing the same thing that men do, moving a mattress down the interstate where they put their hand up, and try to put their hand out the window and hold down the mattress, that's on the top. I got to keep that secure as if those 60, 80 mile per
that's
hour.
going to help. Yeah.
Right.
Your hand up.
My wife is there putting her hand down as if my child is going to be the only child that has ever fallen out of Velocicoaster during the corkscrew maneuver over the Islands of Adventure Bay. There
gives her peace of mind.
Oh, I wouldn't say it was that with how much she's talked about it.
I remember I remember a log flume at like a little, not like a Disney theme park. It was like at a carnival, and they had like a flimsy log flume, maybe a boardwalk. And I had my brother like he was like really little at the time. I was probably 17 or 18, so he was 7 or 8. And I had to literally like sit him on my lap and like cross my one leg over him because there was no lap bar.
Dude.
So I had to be the lap bar. Like essentially I had to like hold on to him. And like I remember as we're coming down the drop, my mother's voice could be heard everywhere, screaming, "Hold him!" Nothing. There's no sound in this world that carries louder and further than the cry of an Italian mother. I'll tell you that much.
A distressed one at that.
Yes.
Here's an interesting one. I had heard that this film was caught up in some kind of limbo for a while, but now we finally get to see a picture, or see several pictures actually, of Brad Bird's Ray Gun, which is not being made by Disney. It's not even being made by DreamWorks. It's being made by, of all people, John Lasseter over there at Skydance Animation. Here's the headline out of Deadline. Brad Bird's Ray Gun adds Sam Rockwell, Scarlett Johansson, and Tom Waits to voice cast. Here's the first look.
What is this, like a noir kind of thing?
Yeah, it is. He is Raymond Gunn, Netflix and Skydance Animation announced today that Ray Gun, their new animated feature from two-time Academy Award winner Brad Bird for The Incredibles and Ratatouille, will feature the voices of, those people. They also added in first look stills, which I'm assuming is going to be here. Yeah, there we go. Welcome to the future. So he is a detective. It looks like there's an alien. It looks like he's drinking. Was he drinking? I don't know.
Juice.
Yeah, that's right. I'm trying to hear. Yep, Raymond Gunn, and he got some kind of commendation for bravery, and he is a PI.
Oh, man, I get it. That the way that alien's looking right now, like that like look on his face. I'm like, man, I get it.
That's a very Marv look on his face.
Yeah,
I gotta say.
Yeah, that
But
is.
where is the nose? See this
no
guy?
one knows.
You win. You win. Coming off of Jurassic World Rebirth with roles in the new Exorcist. We don't care about Scarlett Johansson. She's Scarlett Johansson. Brad Bird directed Ray Gun from a script written by Matthew Robbins based on his original story. Lasseter, Bird, David Ellison, and Goldberg produced the pick for Skydance. Where's the plot here? Here he goes. Ray Gun has been in my mind for over 30 years. Brad Bird said in a director's statement, the film is a blend of sci-fi and classic detective movies from the 40s. It's Maltese Falcon meets Buck Rogers. Been a fan of both of these sort of genres, and blending them together seemed fun and a chance to play with a lot of very cinematic elements and extreme characters. So Brad Bird, who has been at Disney since The Incredibles, has wanted to make this movie the entire time. He's wanted to make this movie since the 1990s, and Disney has said no. And I think this is how Lasseter was able to pull him over to Skydance Animation.
Mm-hmm.
He said, hey, you come over here,
I'll make your
and you will be able to make your movie. You get somebody with the vision level of Brad Bird, who's been in charge of both of the Incredibles movies. I didn't like Incredibles 2 as much, but Brad Bird had a strong vision there, so I'll at least give him that. And in charge of Ratatouille, which I think probably a bigger hit with Disney adults than children. I don't hear my kids talk about it very much.
I never liked it because I found the idea of rats around food to be unsettling.
Yeah. It's reasonable, and it plays into
I
the
don't
plot.
care how many times they wash their hands. You can't wash away bubonic plague.
Ooh, it was really the cats. Actually, there was a short attached to that film that was about how it was really the cats who carried bubonic plague.
Was it really?
And then one of the directors of Tangled, Nathan Greno, who he also went over to Skydance Animation, and one of his films is coming out on Netflix very soon. So we've covered it a few times on the channel. The move from one studio to another. They got a lot of talent when Lasseter left. Skydance Animation gets Lasseter, brings in Brad Bird, brings in Nathan Greno, and now you have a situation where Paramount, which owns Skydance Animation, they have this deal with Netflix for now, has Paramount Plus, they have HBO Max, or if all of the approvals go through, which it looks like that's going to happen sooner than anybody anticipated, they have a huge studio on their hands, and they have they have a legendary animation producer. They have the guy who presided over the biggest boom in Disney animation since Walt Disney. So I don't know what happens here, but if this stuff continues on the track that it's doing, there's so much potential there at Paramount. I don't know. Marv, am I reading too much into this? Is this just something where they got a few contracts and is dead in a few years? What are the odds that Paramount actually is able to do something with the amount of talent they currently seem to have in their circle?
They've got John Lasseter leading their animation studio. We've seen how in the past that is typically a good thing. I think that with Sonic already being as awesome as it is with kids, if you can get a Turtles franchise off the ground that works, and you can have John Lasseter developing, you can have John Lasseter develop something with the Looney Tunes, maybe, because once Warner Brothers comes in there, you get your hands on all those properties, and you have John Lasseter developing original stuff. I think that Paramount Warner Brothers could be a major, major threat to Disney, probably even more than Illumination.
Now that's a statement right there, because Illumination. When I watched the Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Galaxy movie, it's not very challenging. It is a very fun movie,
Yeah.
but
Oh, it needs to be fun.
it's definitely made for kids, but it's also made in a way that grown-ups will enjoy it. We're not hearing a bunch of greater truths about life from the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I
Nor
actually think the
should
Super
we.
Mario.
Like,
Well, yeah,
like I don't think the Super Mario movie needs to speak truth to power.
right. No, that's not what I'm going for. I'm talking about, like,
Yeah.
in the Super Mario Brothers movie, it's actually very much about the Super Mario Brothers, and the relationship there is important. He's there to save Luigi, because he's definitely not there to save Peach, because Peach is a self-rescuing
She
princess.
don't need no man.
Exactly. Man, we've said it once, we've said it twice. They basically turned Peach into a god in the second movie. And now they have a third one that's shown up. And unless Daisy just happens to look like them, does that mean that Daisy also has ultimate cosmic power within?
Stardust.
Yeah.
Well, we're also going to see. I fully believe that Daisy is going to be like, Rosario Dawson, or like, it would be somebody like Hispanic, I think, because the way they had her look, I'm like, she's a little mocha, which I don't know if Daisy is supposed to be.
Well, she does come from what is this, Hasura land or something like that. It looks like she's got red hair, doesn't she? It's kind of looks like a reddish
like
brown.
Auburn.
Yeah,
but yeah, she's gonna be their minority princess, so she's gonna be the strongest of them all.
Yeah, but there was a great theme in the first film about Luigi sticking up for his brother, and then Luigi is there for him in that moment right before they get the superstar, and then they both together get the superstar to take down Bowser. So, like, there you go. You got your Super Mario Brothers movie. It's not just that it's the Mario movie; it's the two of them together. Super Mario Galaxy, like that, it's okay. You have Rosalina in it for Galaxy, but I don't know where they go from here, because they have the Costa Ricans, which I still think it's hilarious that they call them the Costa Ricans in Mexico, or whatever that is supposed to be, with the upside down pyramids.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a Sand Kingdom from Odyssey,
right? But so you can't do Super Mario Sunshine, because that's a localized plot with Bowser Jr. Seems like they're already doing Odyssey. There aren't any Super Mario games after Odyssey. I guess you could do the Super Mario Brothers Wonder movie.
Yeah, you could always do that. Wonder, I mean, I could see Wonder being a thing because the talking flowers and stuff like that.
Some snarky talking flowers. That's what they need.
I have the talking flower. I just haven't put batteries in it yet.
I wonder if it would get really annoying. Like, I want one on my shelf, but I also don't want it going off during live streams.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Did you hear about them celebrating St. Patrick's Day a little late over there at the Magic Kingdom?
I heard some news about this. I got into the spirit of the season, boyo.
Let's take a look at what's going on in the moat there.
Look at that! Hopefully, no turtles crawled their way in there, or else you're gonna be stocking up on pizza there, boyo.
Crews are working to remove lime green water from the Cinderella Castle moat.
Radioactive waste.
Like, I look at that and I go, "Oh wow, what? Look at that! What causes that?"
I gathered them in an old coffee can and gave them names. Leonardo, Jonathan. Oh my gosh, that really looks like the ooze.
It does. That is an unsettling color to look, and you get
put TGRI on the side of the castle.
You got a bunch of executives down here just hanging out around the green, and you got David Warner.
It's the green. It's the green. It's the green you need.
When I look into the future, it's the green that I see. Oh man, underrated song from Keith David.
And you'll never hear it again.
Yep. Crews are now trying to remove lime green water from Cinderella Castle moat at Magic Kingdom. We say now, this has to be fixed by now. Soon after our morning report on Greenwater, crews arrived to assess the situation. It seems the green was from a spilled tracer dye, which is used for testing leaks in pipes and storm drain systems. These highly concentrated dyes are safe in small amounts, but appear extremely vivid in water.
Right.
So they were trying to find a leak. Okay. All right.
Right.
We
a
asked,
leak from TGRI.
so they did do it on purpose. So this was intentional. Okay.
Okay.
All right. We asked a crew member what was going on, and he said they were trying to figure that out, indicating there wasn't supposed to be this much tracer dye released into the moat. This is a situation where they fired the Imagineer who knew just the right amount of tracer dye to put in.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, they needed to they needed to hire new Imagineers who could focus on things more important, Jonas, than tracer dye.
Right. Eventually, they got a pump set and began removing the dyed water. A blue tube currently runs from the green puddle up the side of a hill to the hidden pump.
You know what's more important? You know what's more important than tracer dye?
Let's see.
And so what we've tried to do is really bring that shape language from the architecture.
But like what we love to talk about at WDI is shape language. And we often refer to shape language.
There's such iconic shape language in Spaceship Revetti Attraction. We really wanted to make sure that we fused to that throughout the space.
Let's talk about color language, Sachi. because green tells me this is toxic radioactive waste.
Yeah, of all the colors, I mean, I suppose they could do purple. You can't do yellow because that creates a very specific connotation.
It's not that easy being green.
Blue kind of seems like toilet water, although I don't know, you could probably get away with blue.
But green's the color of Magic Kingdom's moat.
You can't have red because then it's the waters of the Magic Kingdom turned red upon the exit
like
of Bob
blood
Iger.
in there.
The waters around Cinderella Castle turned to mud as the flies swarm around Magic Kingdom.
The flies suddenly get all buff. Giant muscular mosquitoes.
The turtles. Oh my.
The turtles.
It's funny to me. This is I don't think this ruins anyone's day. Well, other than the sight of all of this probably does ruin some people's day. But that equipment is down there already because of the Cinderella Castle repaint. So the green just adds to, oh, we were there one day and here's the thing that happened. I hope they get it fixed soon. But Snarky D is out there, says for $2, green is racist. Is it?
It might be.
Might be. Thank you very much, Snarky. Troy Gustafson says, let my people go. Here we go. Ked Ryard. Oh, Danny boy, the water's glowing. Yeah, the executives should have acted like it was intentional. It was semi-intentional. And 40s Mandalorian is out here taking credit. Sorry, I drank a lot of Gatorade.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, when you have a lot of when you have too much vitamins and your body hasn't processed it yet, that's what happens.
You think they like immediately called like Pinocchio Village House? They were like, hide all the pizza. They're coming.
I suppose we should follow up on an article we covered on a story we covered previously.
We could.
We should. Nah. It looks like they fixed. They fixed the Cinderella problem here. Here we're looking for it. We're looking for it. Yeah, the crows that were eating Rapunzel. They put Rapunzel back.
The crows that were eating Rapunzel.
Yeah,
that's a phrase that we get to say.
Yeah, you can't see it, but now they've added invisible fish wire up here in order to stop the crows from being able to. That won't
stop them for long.
Yeah, you don't think so?
Crafty.
Especially crows. Crows are actually quite intelligent, as I understand it. The whole thing about
too intelligent. Birds in general are just like, look, birds are dinosaurs, right? So like they're just plotting to take the world back.
That's a fair point. And
I don't think I've ever told you like my history with birds. Like when the owl
Okay,
from
okay. All right. Did you just say have we talked about my history with birds?
No, like this is like a thing, Jonas. Like Disney birds and I do not get along, like
Okay.
historically. Like I was at the Animal Kingdom bird show. This is where it all started. And the owl, the great horned owl that flies over the audience flew into my head.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it like hit me with its wing, like right as it came by. I looked back, it flipped me off. No, I did flip it off.
You did get flipped the bird.
Yeah, I got flipped the bird by the bird. It definitely winged me in the head. Just like a regular like robin attacked my shoulder because I had cookies from Gideon's, and it was like, I'm not waiting in that line, I'm just taking yours. A bird flew into the side of my head on line for security. A duck bit me on the leg because I wouldn't give it my bread because those ducks at Disney are spoiled.
I believe that the ducks are unaccountable.
They are
They
brats.
They answer to no one.
It waddles up, and it's just like well, by the rules of duck law, your bread is now forfeit. Human, give it here. And then I know someone who was like, how dare you?
Yeah, I do know someone who was struck and knocked out by a duck at Cinderella Castle.
That's funny.
And without missing a beat, when he woke up, he said, "Why didn't somebody yell duck?" The most that's happened to me as far as birds go is a bird pooped on my friend's hand at Busch Gardens. So
that didn't happen to you.
It's right.
But yes, 100 battles. You are correct. The bird was not prepared for such a large head. I do suffer from large cranium syndrome, in which case it's very difficult to find hats. Like I like hats. I don't wear.
Look at that avatar.
Other than this hat, I don't wear many hats because it's hard to find one that fits me.
Yeah, I have a horseman hat from the Rippaverse booth, but I can't wear it too often because it squeezes my cranium. Oh,
yeah, it cuts off the circulation to your brain.
Archer Merchant for $5. Think Mortal Kombat 2 will do well. Carl Urban is saying he wants to do Red Dead Redemption next. Actors seem to be looking into video game movies. That's what we're going to cover here, actually.
Well, yeah, actors are looking into video game movies because video game movies are the major movies hitting Blockbuster right now. Superhero movies are out, video game movies are in. That's the thing. And I think Mortal Kombat 2 is going to actually do quite well. And it probably shouldn't because that first Mortal Kombat movie was terrible. But everybody liked it, which I guess, you know what, it might just be because I love the story of Mortal Kombat. I was that kid who always like read like the inside guide to get the actual story of the game and like found out what the canon ending was supposed to be so that I can like weave the narrative together of Mortal Kombat. But I realized that like not everybody, like most people just want to see the big fights and the gore and the fatalities and things like that. So
I was into it for the first two games, and then my parents got wind that how deep I was getting into the Mortal Kombat lore, and they were like, no. So by the time 3 came around, I was out.
I love the games. I love the story in the games. I love the story modes in the games. It just like that first movie, man. And it's a Scorpion game, and he's my favorite character, or Scorpion movie. And my whole thing was, I'm like, okay, well, you're giving us this like new main character who's like a descendant of Scorpion. He's clearly going to merge with the spirit of his ancestor and become Scorpion. That never happened. They just bring Scorpion back at the end of the movie and he fights Sub-Zero. And I'm like, oh, okay. So like, it would have been better if like the character we spent the whole movie with became Scorpion and fought Sub-Zero. But you know,
is that worth catching up on before the next one comes out?
I would say you're probably going to have to, just to like know where you're at, but like there's no Mortal Kombat tournament. Like they're gathering everyone for Mortal Kombat, and Shang Tsung tries to like kill them before Mortal Kombat. So they kill Goro before Mortal Kombat happens.
Okay. Even though he's the champion of the first tournament in story wise.
Oh yeah, no.
The first tournament that humans are involved in.
He is dead by the end of this.
Yeah, I don't like that. But you are very right about video game movies being the next big thing here. This is a movie that I was just speculating on the channels about where it is in development. Metal Gear Solid movie in the works from Final Destination duo as they ink Sony first look deal.
Oh, good. Sony. I hope there's not a hack producer that's going to get involved with this.
Which one could you be referring to?
I don't know. I want to make Aunt May movie.
Yeah. So this is fine that they're doing it. The Uncharted movie was really, really not good. It was basically a car commercial that happened to be an hour and a half long. It was really not a great movie. If you said there's a Super Bowl ad where Tom Holland plays Nathan Drake and Mark Wahlberg plays Sully, you would have about the same quality of camera work. You would have about this. It's just not a good movie. Now, there's a child of mine who is a big Tom Holland fan, and she thinks it's just the greatest thing ever. But that being said, she's never asked to watch it again. This one, it was under a different director for a very long time, and that director was Jordan Vogt Roberts, who did Kong Skull Island. And when I found out after watching Kong Skull Island for the third time in a row that that guy was in charge of a Metal Gear Solid movie, I was so excited. I'm not saying anything against these guys in particular. I'm not a huge Final Destination fan. I thought Jordan Vogt Roberts would probably be great for it. He's involved with something else right now that was really cool. But I hope that Jordan Vogt Roberts lands on his feet and gets something really great, because I'm not digging this just yet. That being said, I don't think they've written it yet. So we have it here. Zach Lipovsky and Adam Stein were a filmmaking duo with humble indie horror roots, prepping to release their first sizable feature, Final Destination's Bloodlines, from New Line Cinema. Now, thanks to the movie's critical and box office success, Lipovsky and Stein, who first met 17 years ago as competitors on Spielberg's filmmaking show On the Lot, they are working together. So this is Sony Pictures, which, it's under Sony Columbia Pictures, I guess. So we'll see the lady instead of the horse coming at us when they do the title card. They're doing Metal Gear Solid, which is from Hideo Kojima, but there's no mention in here of Kojima being involved, because this is something that Konami owns. I don't know how much Kojima is still involved.
He's not involved with Konami anymore. So.
Right. And here's the one that I think Marvin might be referencing. Father and son team Avi Arad and Ari Arad are producing the feature.
I have brought my spawn in to make terrible movies with me. We have greatest ideas.
So here's the thing that I've heard
about Robbie Robertson.
Somebody that I have had contact with in the past, that is, I was having a conversation with them about all of this, and I said something disparaging against Avi Arad's work, and he just wanted to set the record straight, and he didn't quite set the record straight, but he did say, Avi Arad is actually a really nice guy.
I'm sure he is. We're not talking about the quality of his character right now. We're talking about the quality of his body of work.
I'll have you know, he cooks a mean cheesesteak.
I like to work at Soup Kitchen on weekends, and then go to work Monday and make terrible movie.
I have heard he's a huge Spider-Man fan, and I liked the idea of Homecoming.
I like Spider-Man
when it came
so
out.
much I must destroy it.
He's in this retelling. He is the Rhino, right?
I love how Avi Arad, they hate him at Marvel so much that when they made the deal with Sony to bring Tom Holland into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the deal was contingent upon Avi Arad must have no role in this.
He's apparently a very powerful and very persuasive producer. So he's
apparently
worked on some other stuff.
That was Feige's demand. Apparently, no Avi Arad whatsoever.
And yet, at the end of No Way Home, there was a big thank you to Avi Arad at the end of it. I wonder if that was a face-saving move.
Probably, because I think that was around when the no Avi Arad thing came out.
Yeah, and I would imagine that came from the Sony leak. From whoever it was that decided that the interview done by Seth Rogen and James Franco, that was a problem. So I think video game movies are probably the new ground for Hollywood at this point. I don't want to say superhero films are dead. They can't be dead as long as there's still the possibility of making good stories. I don't have a lot of faith in James Gunn right now. I don't have a lot of faith in Kevin Feige. And outside of that, what superheroes are left? So I think video games, as long as they're separated out and there's this land grab here and everybody's trying to make the best movie of a video game that they can make, sure, great, let's do that. That's awesome. But I do think that we're going to get a dearth. Wait, a dearth? Which one's the big one? A plethora of video game movies over the next 5 to 6 years. So.
Big time.
All right. We're about to wrap up here, but WJB Daily for $2. Saw Project Hail Mary Last PM. Good buddy film. Decent crowd.
This movie's so good. It's the best movie of the last decade.
I think that the same guy who does the voice and puppeteers Rocky is one of the reporters talking about the Petrova line early on in the film. So I think they found a way to get him in the film there.
That's good.
Meanwhile, Disney's over there on Zootopia putting Bob Tiger, the weatherman, into Zootopia. Great. Snarky D for $5. I bet Metal Gear Solid, great game. They will bring up the funk on the movie. I don't know. There's so many ways they could go with it.
I mean, look, I think the property lends itself to a cinematic presentation. It has a rich story. It has characters that people do tend to like. It's just a matter of whether they'll do it correctly. Whether it's going to be an espionage, kind of thriller the way it should be, or whether they're just going to try to make it a, popcorn action movie.
Right. If they do an Uwe Boll with it, where they are technically hitting the plot points, but it doesn't have the tone of Metal Gear. If they can match the tone of a Metal Gear game, they can put that anywhere, and that's great. If all they're doing is hitting the plot points and they put the guy in the bandana and have him smoke a little bit, okay, well, thank you. Let's please let someone else take care of this.
Right.
Metal Gear is such a fun idea of you basically taking Kurt Russell and mixing it with James Bond and every Western action trope from the perspective of this Japanese super fan.
I loved how meta it was, though, where like the one like thing that you need, like code that you need, is actually on the back of the game case. And like like where can I find that code? Oh, it's on the back of the game case. And then when you look, there's like a screenshot of like one of those like talking things.
Yes.
And yeah, the code is there.
Yeah.
And or like when you fought Psycho Mantis, and his whole thing was like he's psychic, and he literally reads your memory card, and he's like, "Oh, you like to play Castlevania, don't you?" I'm like, "What?" And then the only way to beat him is to unplug your 1-player controller and plug it into the 2-player port so that he can't read your mind anymore.
What if they did that in the theater to where they say, "Oh, we are checking your browser history."
Everybody runs.
How do they check mine? All they get is, how do you remove a Lego from a kid's nose? So, all right, guys. Thank you so much for being here for MJAM here every Friday on That Park Place. And I know you're all disappointed that I haven't brought up the favorite topic of all of the guests, but mostly just me. Yes, McDonald's is doing a team up with Gundam for their Happy Meals over there. Yeah. Yes, they are.
Like, what is it going to be like Gundam McDonald's toys? Like, it's going to be like,
no, it's not Gundam. It's actually Gundam theme food here. So look there. You got any anime? Meal? I know this is just Japan, so they don't even care. There you go. Some kind of sandwiches that are Gundam themed. So it's a Gundam.
My wife did get the Huntrix meal the other day.
Yeah. Was it good? Was it covered in purple?
She liked it. She gave me a nugget with the special, like, I don't know, it was like a Szechuan kind of like sauce. It was pretty good. By the way, William the Wizard is saying in the chat that Disney stock is at $72 a share. That is not accurate.
That is, yeah. Thank you. You made me go look, but
Yeah, no,
no,
it's actually at $99 a share, so it's actually
yeah.
up.
So it's almost back up to 100, which good for the man of tomorrow over there. Hey, look, Culture Casino's out in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. All right. With that being said, we are going to hit that lonesome highway, and it is the weekend, so there will be no more live streams here on this channel. There may be a Mario Kart live stream over on That Game Place later today. Someone by the name of Mayama Jonas joined for Fortnite a few days ago with Wilton the Troll and WDW Pro. So, let's see. You never know what could happen in this 2026. I still can't believe it's 2026. Marv, what you got going on?
I'm working on another video about the Harry Potter ratio today. And then I'm just a lot of stuff over on that Park Place and Geeks and Gamers right now. I'm a little behind schedule today because that Bob Iger article kind of threw everything off. So working very hard to get a whole bunch of stuff up. We actually just did an interview with Geeks and Gamers Krista Nova yesterday. So we're going to be giving some awesome like Nintendo themed articles with her opinions in them. And I'm very excited for those. I think those are going to be really great because she has such a positive and like thoughtful take on Nintendo. So I'm excited to put those together.
Yeah. I can't wait to read them because you were telling me about some of that stuff. And I've had one conversation with Krista and it was years ago. And she didn't know who I was at the time.
So, she's a wonderful person. She's one of the best people I know.
Nice lady.
Then, yep. And then we had a great if you guys please check out the replay of our Chuck Dixon interview last night on the M4 Empire. And if you don't mind strong language, check out the Geeks and Gamers play from the other night where we played Among Us. It was so fun and entertaining. Like you will really, really enjoy that one, I think.
I'm kind of tempted. All right, y'all. If you haven't done it yet, please hit the like button. It really helps us out. There's a comment section below the live stream if you could comment there. And if you haven't done it yet, please consider subscribing to That Park Place for all of the